sunk by the Germans. A few days later, Kaiser Wilhelm gave his approval to unrestricted submarine warfare, although it would take a couple of weeks to really get going. The Germans were making moves on land this week as well, over in Poland, as they clashed with the Russians beginning January 31st at the Battle of Bolimov. This was yet another move by the Germans toward Warsaw, but was also intended to draw Russian troops away from East Prussia. This battle is mainly remembered today because it marked the first time the Germans used gas on a large scale. Now, it wasn't the poison gas used later on, though. It was xylyl bromide, which is a tear gas. The German army launched 18,000 shells loaded with the gas, but it was first blown back at them and then failed to vaporize, having frozen in the winter temperatures. When the new secret weapon failed, the German attack was called off. The Russians did launch several counterattacks, though, which were stopped by the German artillery at a cost of 40,000 casualties, twice that of the Germans. And that's called a minor battle. But I suppose it is a minor battle in the grand scheme of things, because further to the southeast, there was a major battle going on, as the Austro-Hungarian army continued its Carpathian offensive. We saw that army, backed by 3 German divisions, make some headway in the mountains last week, but the tables were now beginning to turn. On February 1st, the Russians advanced from the Dukla Pass to the Upper San River. The weather had deteriorated rapidly, and the combination of that and battle losses wrecked the Austrian frontline troop strength. By its second week, the offensive had all but collapsed. The Russians held the Dukla Pass, and Russian troops were heading through it to threaten important railway junctions. On top of this, a major objective of the offensive had been to break the siege at Przemysl and free the Austrian army trapped there. This was not about to happen this week. They were still 100 kilometers away. Sure, there were both gains and losses back and forth, and by the end of the week, the Russians were even falling back from Bukovina. But I'm going to quote Graydon Tunstall here. Quote, "Combat exhaustion under winter mountain conditions is incomprehensible to anyone who has not suffered through such an experience. Habsburg troops routinely lacked basic necessities. Food supplies were usually frozen solid. Heavy rainfall, blinding snowstorm, and icy river crossings left the soldiers' uniforms frozen to their bodies. Most suffering lung ailments and frostbite. Many froze to death. What meager equipment the troops did receive proved unsuitable. Boots with cardboard soles, for example, quickly became unusable. The Habsburg Supreme Command displayed a profound ignorance of these obvious conditions throughout the war, an utter failure to recognize the realities of mountain warfare in winter." End quote. And he continues, quote,